checking on the phone. So GMS prison layout. So yeah, you gonna stay against it.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't want that's gonna block it.
This right here.
Let's see. Okay.
Let me see.
Yeah, you could.
Yep.
Sit on it.
Yeah, it should. So kick the bottom out so it stay up. Not the one. The bottom end, kick it this way so it kind of be at
Come right there.
Yeah. Piece ain't it's all good. Yeah. You got it, bro.
All right, Shalom, Yasharala. First and foremost, we want to give all praises to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushua, Ba'ashem, Kakwadash. Double honor to our elder apostles and elder bishops of Great Millstone. Peace and blessings to the elect of Israel. We brothers in Great Millstone, Mississippi. You got it, bro.
All right. So what we want to go into today, is dealing with, the birth of Jacob and Esau and how it's symbolic of what's happening, today between those two nations of people. All right. Because at the end of the day, you go into the blessings of Jacob and Esau. They were both blessed. All right, with world dominion. Okay. And what we're seeing is Esau Edom, he's living within his blessing, given from Isaac of world dominion, which he would get by the sword. Okay. But the scriptures speak about how Jacob's hand held Esau. Okay. And when you go into, all right, symbolism. Okay. The feet of a man is the end of a man. Okay. So we're going to get these things in the scriptures.
That's right, brother.
Because we're at the end of his empire and the beginning of ours, man. Okay. You can read that, bro. Ecclesiastes.
This is Ecclesiastes chapter 3, starting in verse 1.
Mm-hmm.
To everything there is a season.
Yep.
And a time to every purpose under the heaven.
Yep. A time for every purpose under the heaven and in the earth. Okay. And there was a time for Esau Edom to come in power. What they call the Renaissance period, the rebirth. What you would get that. What's that, Malachi 1?
Yeah, 1.
We'll get that after you read that, brother. Go ahead.
A time to kill, a time to heal, a time to break down, a time to build up.
Yeah, so it's a time to be born, it's a time to die. Okay? And you go back to the Renaissance period, that was a time for Esau's empire to be born. Okay, the blessing that he received from Isaac, it was time for that to be birthed in the earth. And it happened through the Renaissance period. That's why everything was going in this man's favor, man.
Yeah.
No nation could stand before this man and stop him from doing what he was doing because he was fulfilling, all right, prophecy through the blessing he received from Isaac.
Got land back, you bro. That's also his deadly wound being healed.
Yep.
Because Esau, Edom, they received their blessing from Isaac by way of them coming into power, by way of the Greeks and the Romans.
Yep.
And now, the brother mentioned the Renaissance. We're at the latter end of all this.
Mm-hmm.
You got it, bro.
Yep.
It's a lot. Let me start over. A time to be born, a time to die, a time to plant, a time to pluck up that which is planted.
Yep. And this is what we're doing now. We're plucking up the kingdom of Esau through this word. See, this word is plucking this kingdom up. Okay? That's why there's such an uproar about the controversy concerning Jacob and Esau, because what's happening, okay, these small hats, okay, are being exposed, all right? And what's happening, people are making inquiry, and now the energy in the earth is different. See, now the subjects, all right, of his empire are bucking up, and it's due to this word going forth, man. Okay? And this is Jacob having the heel of Esau, man, because at the end of his empire, okay, Jacob, is now taking control, because your hand also represents control. Okay, so what's happening? This word is getting the control of the earth. Okay, within this man's empire. Okay, you can get that. Let's get that in second Ezra. Then we'll get that Malachi.
Yes, indeed.
Yeah, let's go again.
I got this for the brother. All right, we have the Apocrypha, revised Standard Version,
Yep.
the Apocrypha Revised Standard Version. Okay, and we're gonna get Second Ezra chapter 6, beginning at verse 9.
Yep.
All right, it's like a start at verse 7.
Mm-hmm.
Then answered I and said, what shall be the parting asunder of the times, or when shall be the end of the first, and the beginning of it that followeth?
Yep, the end of the first. Okay, and who came out first? Esau, Edom. You see, when you go into the symbolism of the scriptures, okay, the crown will come out first in childbirth. Okay, and that's Esau, Edom empire. Okay, was being born, and the duration of him coming out from his head all the way down to his feet represent the duration of his kingdom. Okay, and then what did you have after it, man? It's gonna go into it. Go ahead.
And he said unto me, from Abraham unto Isaac. Well, it says Abraham again, but they mean Isaac.
Yep.
It says another reading is Isaac. That's what it's supposed to be right there. So it says, and he said unto me, from Abraham unto Isaac, inasmuch, now keep in mind it's the Revised Standard Version,
Mm-hmm.
inasmuch as Jacob and Esau were born of him, for Jacob's hand held the heel of Esau from the beginning.
Jacob's hand held the heel of Esau from the beginning. You gotta understand, this is an actual birth that happened. You know, Rebecca gave birth to Esau first, and as Esau was finishing coming out, there's a hand. So before you even see Jacob, okay, face, his
Yeah.
hand is on Esau's heel.
God damn.
You see? And remember, what did they say? They oppressed each other in the womb. Okay? And I was just speculating, hey, Jacob probably getting out on Esau's ass, and Esau had to get out of there, man.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Jacob like, bring your ass here, nigga. You know? But, you know, just speculating in the spirit. But going back to the prophecy, all right, is Esau, all right, is being born, and as he's finishing coming out the womb, guess what? Jacob hand is on this man's heel, man. Go ahead.
It says, for Esau is the end of this world.
The end of this world, this age. Okay? Esau is the end of this age. The end of any heathen ever having authority in the earth. Esau is the end of that. All heathen rulership ends with Esau's rulership, going back to the blessing he received from Isaac. Real quick, get Hebrews 11 and 22. You know, Hebrews 11 and 20. You know, then we'll finish that. You see?
Wow.
This is Hebrews chapter 11, verse 20.
Yep.
By faith, Isaac blessed Jacob and Esau concerning things to come.
By faith, Isaac blessed Jacob and Esau concerning things to come. This age, this was the age, all right, when Isaac gave those blessings thousands of years ago. This the age when that blessing will play out. That's why our rulership is being formed, right? All right, as Esau rulership is ending. This is what that birth meant. Okay? Because what did the prophet tell Rebecca? There are two nations in you. There was one man, it was two men, but they represented two nations. Now those men have became two nations.
That's right.
So now we're in the fruition, okay, of the blessings of Isaac. Okay? We finna get the fatness of the earth and the dew of heaven, man. Plenty of corn and wine, which is resources, man. Okay? Phone went off, man. We're living in it, man. Okay, real quick. Get that in Psalms 50 and 20. Get that. And then we'll go back to Second Esdras, man. You know? Understanding what we're a part of and watching these things play out, man. You know?
This is Psalms chapter 50, verse 20.
Yep.
Thou sittest and speakest against thy brother.
Yep, thy brother, Jacob and Esau. Go ahead.
Thou slanderest thine own mother's son.
Thy slanders thy own mother's son. And what's the image that Esau has put on the 12 tribes, man? You know? Bums, deadbeats, okay? The women are just, you know, harlots and thoughts, and, you know, he has put this negative stigma on our people. 3/5 of a human, you know, anything but the child of God. Jake said, say that you call me everything but the child of God.
That's what he do.
You see,
Edom do that shit.
yeah, and you get cussed out. You're like, yeah, she called me everything but the child of God. You know,
And
you got.
That's why it's saying Hosea the first chapter, in the place where it said unto them, ye are not my people.
Yep.
There shall be said unto them, ye are the sons of the living power.
Exactly.
No?
You know? So you read on.
Verse 21. These things hast thou done, and I kept silence.
Yeah, because the Most High has allowed this man to have free range because it was his blessing to do these things, man. Okay, to have rulership in earth with the sword and the fatness of the earth and dominion, it was his blessing to do so. So that's how you know we serve a just power, because he's true to his word. He even let Esau have his dominion. Okay, and in this man's dominion, he has went far and beyond to detach us from who we are as the sons of God, man. You know, you got it, bro.
Thou thoughtest that I was altogether such as one as thyself.
Yeah, because things been working, you know, in Esau's favor. You know, in his mind, the Most High is continually with this, man. But it will come to a time when the Most High will start to intervene. And that's why you seen the prophets raise up. Okay, this was a sign that the Lord is finna start intervening in the affairs of men. Go ahead.
But I will reprove thee,
Yep.
and set them in order before thine eyes.
So he's being reproved by the prophets, which is the Lord's mouthpiece, and the Israel is being set in order in front of his eyes, man. Okay, that's us having their heel. You see, you got you go back to Second Ezra. Bro.
I got you. Second Ezra chapter 6 and verse 9 again, 9 down to 10.
Mm-hmm.
For Esau is the end of this world.
Yep.
And Jacob is the beginning of it that followeth.
Yep.
The beginning of a man is his hand.
Mm-hmm.
And the end of a man is his heel.
The beginning of a man is his hand. The end of a man is his heel. You see? So what we're witnessing is the end of this man's kingdom, the end of this man's empire, and the beginning of ours. Okay? Our hand is now, okay, has a grasp on this man's heel, showing you that the kingdom is being translated. It's not going to be a gap in between rulerships, man. Okay? It's going to be a transition. Okay? Whenever, like, you're a DJ and you're mixing a song, while the other song is playing, you already start queuing up the song that you're going to put in the mix. And once you get it queued in, okay, you start playing it while the other song is playing. And then what you'll do, you'll take out the bass in the previous song, and then you'll start hearing the new song more and more, and you'll transition completely out that old song. And that's what the Lord is doing. The Most High is doing the mix.
I was about to say that's a mix. Like this, and the mix sound cold too.
Yeah. You see? Because you have two songs going on the same tempo at the same time. You see? That's how you will mix, you know, called BPMs, beats per minute. You have two songs on the same BPMs, and they'll be playing for a duration, and then you'll begin to what? Fade. Because that's what they call the mix. When you're doing the mix, you have a switch called the fader. Okay? Well, you'll fade from one song to the next. And see, we're fading, okay, into the kingdom of Yahweh Shema Shai. You know? Because you will hear, like, when you bring it in the mix, you might hear the horns or something from another song, and then it kind of sound familiar, and then you start hearing another instrument from the song that you finna mix, and then it be sounding familiar to it's clear what you finna mix in, man. You know, and this is what's happening in the earth, man. Israel is being put in the mix. You see? All right, and this song don't end.
Yeah,
Okay.
That's right.
Yep, that was it on it.
Camera.
Yep. So let's get that Malachi. You know, let's get that Daniel 2. You know, going to the 10 toes. You know.
Read it for you.
Yeah, you get that. That Daniel 2. Yep. Yep.
Malachi.
Chapter 1. You start at 1. And we're reading 2.
This is Malachi chapter 1, verse 1. The burden of the word of the Lord Yahweh Shem Yahushua to Israel by Malachi. I have loved you, said the Lord Yahweh Shem Yahushua. Yet ye say, wherein hast thou loved us?
Yep, and this is the mind of our people, because a lot of our people abandon Christianity, but what they do, they abandon the Bible, because the doctrine of Christianity has no favor for our people, Bible, the Christianity, the doctrine of Christianity, pushes Edomite supremacy further, okay? But when you go into the true gospel of the Bible, okay, we have nothing but good news to look forward to, man.
That's right.
You see?
Right.
So our people feel abandoned, as if the Most High doesn't love them, man. Okay? Because they don't understand the narrative of the scriptures. But you keep reading. Go ahead.
Was not Esau Jacob's brother?
Go ahead.
Said the Lord Yahweh Shai. Yet I love Jacob.
Yep.
And I hated Esau.
I love Jacob, but I hated Esau. Go ahead.
And laid his mountains and his inheritance waste for dragons in the wilderness.
Yeah, and this is going back to the Dark Ages. Okay, what they call the Dark Ages, when the Edomite superpower in the earth, was the pagan Roman Empire. Okay, but Jake, all right, pretty much supplanted, Esau out of that, and Esau was pushed out of rulership, man. Okay, go ahead.
Whereas Edom said, we are impoverished,
Yep.
but we will return and build the desolate places.
And that's where you get the Renaissance, the rebirth. Okay, and actually it's debirth. When you go into it, because this is the birth of Jacob and Esau playing out as nations. Okay, now we're seeing Esau's world dominion being born in the earth, because he had dominion as the Greeks and Romans, but it was in the region of the earth. Okay, the dew of heaven, the dew covers everything. All right, the dew of heaven, all right, covers everything in the earth.
Yeah.
You see?
Now he has the fatness of the earth.
Yeah.
He didn't have it as the ancient Greeks and ancient Romans. He has it in this day and time.
Yep.
The complete fatness of the earth.
Yep. That's why you have people in South America speaking Portuguese and Spanish. Because who influenced that? Esau. Okay? Or you have Britons, okay, in South Africa. Okay? Britons in India and in China. All right? That those governments of Britain, govern, pretty much oversee China and India and South Africa, man. The French, and when you go into the Congo, it's French influence. Okay? West Africa, okay, is influenced by who? Portugal. Okay? Why is these things, man? Because now he has the fatness of the earth. He's in every part of the earth. Okay, and he's pretty much ruling, man.
The Brits, the British influence different parts of Africa,
Yep.
South Africa, etc. And in the Philippines, the people over there are influenced by the Spaniards.
Yep.
They speak Spanish, a lot of them in the Philippines.
Yep.
They say, like I say, it's a global influence.
Yeah, yep. You go to Saudi Arabia. I think my wife was watching some Sally Bling or something.
Yeah.
But they, you have a culture in Saudi Arabia that's just like goddamn L.A., Las Vegas, man. This is when he came into the fruition of the blessing of Genesis the 27th chapter. And this time, we will return and build the desolate places, man. Okay, go ahead.
Thus said Yahweh Shemel Shah hosts, that they shall build, but I will throw down.
Yeah, they shall build, but I will throw down. Go ahead.
And they shall call them the border of wickedness.
Yep.
And the people against whom the Lord Yahweh Shemel Shah have an indignation forever.
Yeah, so they have built, but remember, it's a time to build, it's a time to pluck. It's a time to tear down. So Esau was in his time of building, okay, during his birth, okay, and during his duration of him coming out the womb. But now we're at the feet of this man, as this statue, all right, that Daniel had to dream about goes into, okay, because this vision that he had, it goes into other heathens ruling, but Esau is the feet of this statue, because he's the end of the rulership of the heathens, man. Okay? What's that in get that in Luke 21? I think 24. Well, you can go get that one.
Okay.
We'll link it up.
Yeah. Now,
Yeah, you start with that, bro.
yeah, I'm gonna run through it, bro.
Yeah, well, you want to start.
All right,
bro.
the book of the prophet Daniel,
What we
chapter.
got to do?
right.
Shit.
The book of the prophet Daniel, chapter 2, beginning at verse 31.
Yep.
Thou, O king, sawest and behold a great image. This great image, whose brightness was excellent, stood before thee, and the form thereof was terrible. This image's head was of fine gold, his breast and his arms of silver, his belly and his thighs of brass, his legs of iron, his feet part of iron and parts of clay.
So this is Nebuchadnezzar having a dream of this statue, and it represents the chronological order of these heathens' empire. Okay, and it's gonna go into it. Go ahead.
Thou sawest till that a stone was cut out without hands, which, like, wait, bro.
A stone that was cut out without hands. Go ahead.
Shit. Which smote the image upon his feet.
Smote him on his feet. Now, why did it smote him on his feet? Okay, why did it smote this whole image of gold and silver and brass and iron? Why did it smite him on his feet? Because that's the last rulership in the earth before, all right, the rulership of, all right, Israel. Okay, Yahushua going to the feet. You see, that's their hand having their heel. You see? Go ahead.
Because you have shot at stone.
That stone. You see? That's Jacob. Okay. Is it not evident that our Lord sprang out of Judah? You see? So this is Jacob holding the heel of Esau Edom, man. Go ahead.
You look up the meaning of the name Jacob, you look up the actual etymology. It means under the sole of the foot.
Yeah.
And it also means to take the place of another.
Yep.
You know. It says, thou sawest that a stone was cut out without hands, which smote the image upon his feet, that were of iron and clay, and brake them to pieces. Then was the iron, the clay, the brass, the silver, and the gold broken to pieces together.
Yeah, so it's tearing down this whole statue, you know, and it's through the feet. Hey, because like if you play football, you know, you might have a running back that's big, you know, one of them big niggas, you know, and trying to hit him up top, you get your ass ran over. But no matter how big he is, if you swipe them feet, the running back can be 260, bench pressing 500 pounds. But guess what? You can get a little cornerback weigh 120. All he gotta do is swipe them ankles, swipe them heels from under. This nigga falling, man.
Yeah, knock him down.
You see? You knock down the whole body just by swiping the heels. You see? And Esau is the foundation, okay, of these rulerships in the earth today.
Yeah.
You know?
And it's crazy because in the spirit, he's the foundation of wickedness.
Yep.
So it's like just getting rid of it all. Just get rid of all this shit, you know?
What the scriptures say in Psalms, how the Most High will not cause our feet to slip. You know? That's our foundation, man. Go ahead.
Now it says, then was the iron, the clay, the brass, the silver, and the gold broken to pieces together, and became like the chaff of the summer threshing floors. And the wind carried them away.
Yep. And the
wind
going to the nukes, man. Okay? Them nukes, man.
Shit.
Hey, Esau's empire is gonna be ended through nukes. And matter of fact, get that in Revelation 13 and 3. You know, then you're gonna get that Luke as well. You know, I think 13 and 2. Going into the feet of a bear. Okay. Because it's gonna be Russia that's gonna spearhead this nuclear war. All right.
This is Revelation chapter 13, starting at verse 2.
Yep.
And the beast which I saw was like unto a leopard, and his feet were as the feet of a bear.
Yeah, like a leopard, because going back to the Greeks, because that was the first, all right, Edomite empire that was really established in the earth under the Greeks, man, which was Amalek. Okay, go ahead.
And his mouth was as a mouth of a lion.
Yep.
And the dragon gave him power.
Yeah, and the mouth of the lion represents what, man? Okay, the financial side of this kingdom, man. Okay, which is who? The elite banking families. All right, and then it said the feet of a bear that represents Russia. Going back to the feet represents what? The end of a man. and it's gonna be through war with Russia, okay, that this empire is gonna be ended. This is gonna spark, all right, the end of this man's empire, the conflict between the East and the West, these Edomites in the West and these Edomites in the East, these Russians, okay, which is gonna be major nuclear conflict, okay. And the scriptures say how the chaff of the wind is gonna carry them away, man. Okay, Esau created his own end when he started tapping into nuclear physics, man, the splitting of the atom, and the main guy that went into their study of nuclear physics and the atoms. Okay, his name was Abraham Esau. Look it up. Abraham Esau. Look it up.
You can't make it up.
You know what I'm saying? The man's name was Abraham Esau, man.
Father Esau.
Yeah, the end of his kingdom. Esau start the Most High so cold, he made this man come up with the weapons that was going to end his own kingdoms, man. You know.
Say, save me values, against himself.
Yeah.
How then can his kingdom stand?
He's planning again, man. You see, you got it, bro.
And
you finished that, yeah.
And the dragon gave him his power.
Going back to the rebirth, okay? Because this new modern, all right, Roman Empire, all right, comes in the energy of that ancient pagan Roman Empire, man. Okay, the Colosseum, the strip malls, the pampering of the slaves, giving slaves convenience where they will fall in love with their captivity. All that came from Rome, man.
Then I gotta look more into it, but then then he had the Treaty of Rome.
Yep.
To establish the
1953.
European,
What they call the European Economic, Community.
Yeah.
Okay, the Eurozone. Okay, you got it, bro.
And his seat in great authority.
His seat in great authority, which is pretty much his throne in the earth, man. All right, because Esau, Edom, all right, he fulfilled the blessing of Isaac through this beast system, man. Okay, because this beast system controls the world. That's why you have a CBDC, a central digital bank currency, and who's issuing their forth, man? This is an Edomite currency, man. That's going for. This is a beast currency, man. Okay, and that's why, pretty much, it would be super stupid, okay, to take this man's MOTB, because we in the feet, we at the end of this man. He's finna be ended, okay? But if you can't see past this man, if you don't understand that Jacob is the beginning that followeth, if you don't have that understanding, this is your end all be all, man. Of what this the things that he's pushing in the earth, man. Okay? But we know there's a new beginning that followeth, man.
That's right, man.
You know? You got it, bro.
Book of the prophet Daniel, chapter 2.
Luke.
Going back to verse 35. Cause I was reading 30 down to 45 for you.
Yeah, it's all good, bro.
Then was the iron, the clay, the brass, the silver, and the gold broken to pieces together, and became like the chaff of the summer threshing floors. And the wind carried them away, that no place was found for them. And the stone that smote the image became a great mountain.
The stone that smote the image became a great mountain, which what? A government, go ahead.
And filled the whole earth.
And filled the whole earth. You see that? So now Jacob is beginning to emerge as a new government in the earth.
Yep.
Okay? Yahweh Shah being born, they represented a righteous government being born into the earth, man. A time to be born. Now it's time for the kingdom, okay, to be birthed in the earth. This is where we at in prophecy, man. Okay? That great mountain filled the whole earth. Okay? Going back into what? The dew of heaven. The fatness of the earth. That's us coming into our blessing from Isaac, man.
And Isaac told bitch ass E, I gave Jacob everything.
And he said, surely be blessed. he said, he shall be blessed. You know?
Yep.
You got it, bro.
Now it says, this is the dream, and we will tell the interpretation thereof before the king.
Yep, go ahead.
Thou, O king, art a king of kings, for the God of heaven have given thee a kingdom power and strength and glory. And whatsoever the children of men dwell, the beasts of the field and the fowls of the heaven hath he given into thine hand, and have made thee ruler over them all. Thou art this head of gold. And as for thee shall arise another kingdom inferior to thee.
Yep. Which is the Medo-Persian Empire, the arms of silver. Okay, the Syrian Babylonian Empire represented the head of gold. Then you have the silver arms represent, the Medo-Persian Empire. Okay, look at it, bro.
And another third, excuse me, I'm gonna read 39 again. And after thee shall arise another kingdom inferior to thee, and another third kingdom of brass, which shall bear rule over all the earth.
Yep, the Greeks, through Alexander, which represents that leopard. Amalek should be first of the nations,
That's it.
And then this time Amalek is first, which is chief of the nations, but his end shall be that he perish forever, and his remembrance, all right, removed from under heaven, man. Okay? This is what's happening, man.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
And the fourth kingdom shall be strong as iron.
Yep. And this is the Roman Empire, that pagan Roman Empire, man. Okay? This is their head that was wounded, okay, unto death, but was healed. Go ahead.
For as much as iron breaketh in pieces and subdueth all things. And as iron that breaketh all these, shall it break in pieces and bruise.
Yeah, and that's what the Roman military was known for, just devastating nations, man. That's why they had so many nations in subjection, because nations will cop a plea rather than deal, with the Roman legions, man. Okay? They had that superior, steel and iron that they would make weapons out of, man. And niggas just had unlimited legions on your ass, man. Because when they were conquered, just like America, hey, they would add, those people that they conquered to their military, man. So that beast would just kept growing and growing, man. You got it, bro.
And whereas thou sawest the feet and toes, part of potter's clay and part of iron, the kingdom shall be divided.
Yeah, the kingdom shall be divided. And this is what we're seeing now with NATO and EU. Because you got the French talking like, look, we gonna run with Russia, man. Like, shit, it'd be better for us to deal with Russia, man. You got the Germans. They had the pipeline deal with Russia. Okay, so you seeing the divide amongst NATO. You had the Brexit. Britain. It left the economic community. Okay, to do their own thing. Okay. There's a major divide, man, over this Iran nuclear deal that would divide, between America and those EU nations. Okay? Go ahead.
But there shall be in it of the strength of the iron, for as much as thou sawest the iron mixed with miry clay.
Yeah, and the strength of the iron is mainly America, man, because America pays 75% of the military fund of NATO. While Trump was talking all this shit, but then you have a lot of weak economies in the EU. Okay, you had Greece, the Netherlands, and Belgium. Those economies are not as strong as the American economy. The French. Okay, go ahead.
And as the toes of the feet were part of iron and part of clay, so the kingdom shall be partly strong and partly broken.
Yeah, go ahead.
And whereas thou sawest the iron mixed with miry clay, they shall mingle themselves with the seed of men, but they shall not cleave one to another, even as iron is not mixed with the clay.
Yep. And what you can break that down, man.
I mean, basically, you have a lot of puppets, within these nations that evil set up.
Yep.
And a lot of them, you'll look at some of these nations. You may think some of them are of those people, but they really be E.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? Like Edom, he's pretty much known for planting himself every damn where.
Like Herod.
Like so you'll think it'll be those nations, but some of them be Edomites, man. Like, and it's deep. They'll you'll look, it can fool you. You know what I'm saying? But it be either.
they just linked the brothers, I think Tyler Mock in Memphis, sent the article in the WhatsApp how, you know, those Saudi princes, you know, are really small hats.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying? That's what he do. You know, through his colonization, he's able to, you know, blend in with these other nations. You know, deal with the women of these other nations and the sons of those women. You know, he will make, you know, to be the leader of their people, man.
See, that's why I say Lord said, you ain't gonna be able to hide yourself.
Yep.
You know. It says, but they should not cleave one to another, even as iron is not mixed with clay.
Because this whole kingdom is divided. You know, you got the Saudis, you know, bucking up against America, joining Russia. You know, you got all these nations, okay, that pretty much, you know, bought into this beast system. You know, they're now finding discrepancies within this man's system, and now you're seeing a rebellion, man.
Yeah.
Okay, these nations are, you know, they down with the play, but then the Lord's putting it on their mind to have a scheme to come up against this shit, man. You know? Should they not take up a taunting parable against thee? You see? Go ahead.
Now it says, verse 44 and 45. And in the days of these kings shall the God of heaven set up a kingdom which shall never be destroyed.
Hey, in the days of these kings, these Amalekites, okay, which are of Esau, all right? But the Amalekites, as we can see, as recent, you know, topics have exposed more and more that these people run every goddamn thing. Okay? So in the days of these kings shall the Most High begin to establish a kingdom which shall not be destroyed. Okay? Going back into what? I will reprove thee, but I will set them in order before thine eyes. The kingdom is being set up now. What did Yahushua say? Look not here or there, but lo, the kingdom of heaven is within you. Okay? So this eternal kingdom, we're partaking in the building of something eternal, man. This is not a light thing. Oh, I say we're not here to be trending, okay? To be cute for Jake, to you know, to do a goddamn debate, you know, with Christians all goddamn day. No, we're building a empire, man. You know, we defend the gospel, okay? But our main thing is what? Edification for the building of this eternal kingdom that's being transitioned into the earth, man. You know? You got it, bro.
And in the days of these kings shall the God of heaven set up a kingdom which shall never be destroyed. And the kingdom shall not be left to other people, but it shall break in pieces and consume all these kingdoms, and it shall stand forever.
It shall stand forever. Okay? Jacob holding fast the heel of Esau. Okay? The rulership to come right after the 10 toes, the feet, is the rulership of Israel, man. Which shall stand forever. Okay? Just as Esau was able to have dominion over everything, all right, we're going to have it in righteousness, and it's going to be eternal, man.
Yeah, because if he just stayed ruling and if the kingdom of heaven didn't come, that's a false balance.
Yep.
You see a complete, well, you see the entire earth being controlled under the vibration of complete wickedness.
Yep.
You know, because they had the fatness of the earth, but in complete wickedness. You got to see the rulership or the earth being governed under the vibration of righteousness completely. If not, that's a false balance, and we know the Lord don't lie.
Yeah.
And if this happened for him, this got to happen for us. It happened for them. You know, I'm gonna read the next verse, bro.
No, you got it, bro.
Verse 45. For as much as thou sawest that the stone was cut out of the mountain without hands, and that it brake in pieces the iron, the brass, the clay, the silver, and the gold, the great God, whose name is Yahweh, and his son's name is Yahushai, have made known to the king what shall come to pass hereafter.
What shall come to pass hereafter. Go ahead.
And the dream is certain.
Woo, and the dream is certain. Okay? Just like Isaac said, he's blessed, and he said, surely be blessed, man.
Yeah.
Okay, the dream is certain. So just as this man Here he is. This man is living out his blessing, given to him by Isaac. But now it's time for us. Now he wants to try to switch the story up, man. Now he wants to try to rewrite and remix it. Okay, and he thinks he's gonna be able to do that through his technology. That's why you have the MOTB.
And they about to push that thing, bro.
Okay, because you go into
Man.
let's get that in Luke, and then let's go to Revelation 13 and 7.
This is Luke chapter 21, verse 24.
Yep.
And they shall fall by the edge of the sword,
Yep.
and shall be led away captive into all nations.
Yeah. So this one precept is encompassing hundreds of years of history. Okay, it begins in 70 A.D. All right, the siege, from Vespasian and his son Titus. Okay, which pretty much pushed us out, of Judea. A lot of our people died, by the sword due to those what they call the Jewish-Roman wars, but it was Jake versus Esau. Okay, it was the Southern Kingdom going against the Roman Empire, that beast that devour and break in pieces.
That's right, bro.
Okay, and Jake wanted to come against that because of their heavy taxation, and they were broken in pieces. And you had a lot of our people escape because Yahweh Shah say, look, when you see Jerusalem encompassed by by troops, man, get out of there. Don't even go back into the city, just go. And a lot of our people, they took that, they heeded to their advice and they just got out of there, man. And they set up shop in mainly northern, in Western Africa, man. Okay, and that's where you even get the Moors from. Those were Jakes, okay, what they call the Berbers, that the Islamic caliphate, the Umayyad caliphate, okay, used them as mercenaries to take down Portugal and Spain. Okay, that's what you call the Iberian Peninsula. But they left the Berbers there to pretty much be like a garrison. But Jake formed the empire, which you have the Moorish Empire, man.
And Iberian, you got the word Iberia, go back to Eber.
Yep.
Ibar, the Hebrew.
The Peninsula of Hebrew. You see?
God damn it.
So this is extremely accurate according to history, man. You see? Go ahead.
And the dream is certain.
Oh, no, Slide. Let him finish.
Oh, Slide, my bad. You got it.
And Jerusalem shall be trodden down of the Gentiles until the time of the Gentiles be fulfilled.
Until the time of the Gentiles be fulfilled. And this is what we're reading in Daniel 2nd chapter. The stone that should be cut out with hands shall smite the feet. That's the Gentiles being fulfilled. Because when this happened, guess what? You're going to have heathens in our land. Small hats in our land. Moabites, dust-ass Hamites, they in our land. Our land is being trodden down by heathens until the return of Yahweh Shah.
You got to deal with power that's from another realm. Woo. The stone cut out without hands, because the hand represents power. So without or outside, you got to deal with power that's outside of man's power. Hey, you in trouble, man. You got it, brother. That was on that.
Yep.
Okay, I finishing it out. And the dream is certain. Is back in the end of the book of the prophet Daniel, chapter 2, verse 45. It's towards the end. And the dream is certain, and the interpretation thereof sure. Well, that's it, bro.
Yeah, the interpretation, sure. None of these things shall fail.
Yeah, not one of these shall fail.
Now hold Daniel 7 and 13, and let's get Revelation.
Yeah. It's Revelation chapter 13, verse 7. That's what I want.
Yeah.
Okay. And it was given unto him.
We'll start at 6. Because it's finna show you how Esau, okay, it's gonna show you the blessing that Esau came into during the Renaissance until now. And then it's gonna show you what Yahweh Shah was given when he went back to the Father. Go ahead.
This is Revelation chapter 13, verse 6.
Yep.
And he opened his mouth and blasphemed against Yahweh Bashem El Shah, to blaspheme his name and his tabernacle and them that dwell in heaven.
Yeah, so what did he do? He pushed the name of the Most High as God and Jesus, or Jehovah, okay? All these different names, that's blasphemy. And then he painted himself in the likeness of the prophets of the Most High and the Messiah, okay? The angels. He did these things, man. Esau Edom did that, showing you you can look at the pictures of whom they call Jesus Christ, and it lets you know, okay, that these are the people that's doing that, man. This is the nation prophesied to do that, man. Go ahead.
And it was given unto him to make war with the saints.
To make war with the saints. Would you go into it? What you had them forts in Africa, you know, that Jake had when they was fighting. They was actually fighting, you know, against, you know, Esau. Okay, but what they lost. We prisoners of war.
Yeah. Fort. It looks like it says Weeda. It really is Judah. You know, or Weeda was Judah. Weeda, I think that's how the French said it. You know, but pretty much when Edom came to get us, mainly from West Africa, they knew exactly who they got, and they know which tribes, were each tribe too. They knew who was who. They knew that was Judah. They knew that was Benjamin. They knew it was Levi. That's why it was different groups of Edomites that got us.
Mm-hmm.
You know, predominantly this, you know, American cracker, or you know, the English bringing Judah to North America. You know, well also you had the British. You know, the British taking Benjamin, and you know, the French cracker getting Levi, man. But they knew, you know. Yeah, you got it, bro.
And to overcome them.
Yeah, we would overcome. That's why we're prisoners of war. When you
Prisoners,
lose a war, you go into captivity, and that ain't changed. You see?
Nah, I didn't.
That's why the earth finna go into captivity, because the earth finna lose the war to Israel, beginning with Yahushua.
That's right, guys.
So when you lose the war, you go into captivity. You don't lose the war, you know, chill. You know, your Applebee, no, nigga, you finna go to captivity. We got some tasks for your ass to do.
Put their ass to work.
Yeah, go ahead.
And power was given him over all kindred.
And power was given him over all kindred, because guess what? When you have the dew of heaven, the heathens come with the earth. That's why Esau has power over all the heathens. Go ahead.
And tongues.
Go ahead.
And nations.
Go ahead.
And all that dwell upon the earth shall worship him.
Yep.
Whose names are not written in the book of life.
Yeah, so if you're not of the elect of Israel, all right, you're going to look at this man empire and worship it. Those who worship what? The image of the beast. Okay? That's why people, you know, they don't see nothing outside of this society, because it was appointed for them to worship this man's society.
Yeah.
Okay.
Is it Proverbs, many seek the ruler's favor?
Yep. You know? Go ahead.
Whose names are not written in the book of life.
Go ahead.
Of the Lamb slain from the foundation of the world.
Of the Lamb slain from the foundation of the world, showing that this story was written, you know, was already played out in the mind of the Most High. And what he did, he pushed the play button. When he started creating things, he just hit the play button on this movie, man. You see? Man. So these things gotta happen. This is the part of the movie. Like, you can't be watching Lean on Me, then you get to the part when Joe Clark about to throw them niggas out, and you just change what's finna happen. No, them niggas finna get thrown out. You know what I'm saying? Them niggas gotta get out of there. Yeah, that's that part of the movie. And this the part of the movie that we in with Esau. This nigga is finna get through out of there, man. You know? So he was given power over kindreds and tongues. Well, what was Yahushua given? Let's read Daniel 7:13.
The book of the prophet Daniel, chapter 7, verse 13. I saw in the night visions, and behold, one like the Son of Man came with the clouds of heaven.
Yep. So you have Yahushua, okay, pretty much being summoned to his Father. All right. This is after the resurrection, because he was taken up in the cloud, and they say, "What? Why you men of Galilee? Why stand ye here and gaze?" The same way you see him leave, you're going to see him coming back. That rock that was in Daniel, the 2nd chapter, that chariot coming back. The same chariot that took him. Go ahead.
I saw in the night visions, and behold, one like the Son of Man came with the clouds of heaven, and came to the Ancient of Days, and they brought him near before him.
Yep.
And there was given him dominion and glory and a kingdom, that all people, nations, and languages.
Wait a minute. What did Esau have? Let's read that again in Revelation 13, man.
Yeah, man.
That goes back to the blessing that Isaac gave Jacob and Esau.
This is Revelation chapter 13, verse 7. And it was given unto him to make war with the saints and to overcome them.
Yep.
And power was given over all kindreds, tongues, and nations.
So let's read that again. You can't. This is this playing out, man. The only two nations that was prophesied to do that, man. Go ahead.
The book of the prophet Daniel, chapter 7, verse 13. I saw in the night visions, and behold, one like the Son of Man came with the clouds of heaven, and came to the Ancient of Days, and they brought him near before him, and there was given him dominion and glory and a kingdom, that all people, nations, and languages should serve him.
Yep.
His dominion is an everlasting dominion.
His dominion is everlasting. It didn't say that about Esau's dominion.
Yeah, goddamn
It said his dominion is everlasting. Okay?
it. Yep.
Yeah, they got the same blessing. You read in Genesis 27, Isaac is pretty much telling them the same thing. But his dominion is everlasting. That wasn't promised to Esau. Esau trying to force it to be everlasting. That's why when you keep reading Revelation 13, he's coming with a charagma to try to make his blessing everlasting. Okay? Go ahead.
Goodness gracious. His dominion is an everlasting dominion,
Yep.
which shall not pass away.
We shall not pass away. Okay? That's the difference between those blessings, man. One's temporal and one's eternal. Okay, but they receive dominion over everything, man. Their birth. Okay. So I got one more unless you had something else.
Well, just a little bit more.
Yeah, you read that.
And his kingdom
That's Rock 10 and 8.
and his kingdom that which shall not be destroyed.
Yep. Shall not be destroyed. Okay? Because the empires of the heathen, all of them had a prophecy of their destruction. Okay? All of them. You go to Daniel 7 and 8, you read them, there's a destruction prophesied to all these heathen kingdoms. Okay, we're saying, Joel, how oft is the light of the wicked put out? You see? But this one here is eternal. Okay, so this is the time we're in, man. We'll end it here. You got it, bro.
This is Ecclesiastes chapter 10, verse 8. Because of unrighteousness dealings, injuries, and riches got by deceit.
And this is Esau in his Renaissance period, his rebirth period. Okay? Where he gained riches and power through deception. Okay, go ahead.
The kingdom is translated from one people to another.
The kingdom is translated because Esau has the same blessing we was promised. So all it has to do now is be a translation. You see? To where we have dominion over the peoples and tongues of the earth in righteousness, man. So this is what we in, man. The death, all right, of a kingdom and the birth of one. Okay? Cause what the Esau name was what? Ashashua?
Yeah, yep. I saw for short, but yeah, it's Ashashua, because Ashash, you look it up. They even have in the Hebrew / English Bible that you can get from Amalek, but Ashash means wasted away. Why is makes it it's he. The wasted away is he, but I shot for short.
Like he did.
Like he did, yeah. Yep, wasted.
Wasted away is he, man. That's your kingdom, man. Okay? So, Lord will, you brothers edified. We close out, bro.
Yeah, Barakatah Yahweh.
Barakatah Yahweh.
Barakatah Yahushai.
Barakatah Yahushai.
Barakatah Yahweh.
Barakatah Yahweh.
Barakatah Yahushai.
Barakatah Yahushai.
Barakatah Yahweh.
Barakatah Yahweh.
Barakatah Yahushai.
Barakatah Yahushai.
Bahasham.
Bahasham.
Rakah.
Rakah.
Quadash.
Quadash.
Double honor to our elder apostles and elder bishops of Great Millstone. Peace and blessings to the elect. Shalom.
Shalom.